degrees. A little worried. My prediction is 24 degrees. Kind of got close so far. It hasn't quite got there. Had a bit of rain as well, which is weird. It's Wednesday, November the 20th, and so very, very happy to have everybody on board. I tell you what, let me do this. That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today very, very elated because we're heading to Saskatoon, and believe me, you're going to love this, you really are. So first of all, welcome along, literally, if you're a first time viewer, special welcome to you. If you want to be a part of it, I tell you what, why not do this, why not sub, thumb, bell, bingo, bell notifications when we have important people, much like today's artist, Adam Johnson, coming out of Saskatoon, and I really, really am impressed with his work. Subscribe, become part of the family. Yeah, we call it the noise here at Galaxy, simply because you do have a voice, and we do listen, we really do. If you don't know how to do that, get hold of Barbara. I'm pretty sure she'll help you through it. It's pretty painless too, by the way. And at the same time, well, you know, thummy thing, you know what to do with that, right? You do. Like us a lot. So, let's kick it off. And kick it off with Blame It On Me. Joining us live is Adam Johnson. You're right here at Galaxy. Good morning. So that gives us a couple of minutes, Adam.
Okay.
And thank you for taking the time to come and join us down here in New Zealand.
Not a problem. My pleasure.
Well, I tell you what, I've been an engineer for more years than I care to remember, to be very honest with you.
Yeah.
Almost 45, 47 years.
Poor old thing.
And every now and again, and I've got to be honest, Adam, I've worked with some of the biggest bands in the world as a front of house and as a recording engineer. And I really like your work. I really, really do.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
So, believe me, we'll cover a few things as we go through. I might throw a few bits of humour in there. I used to be a stand-up comedian once upon a time. I mean, look at this face. Everybody laughs anyway. You know what I mean? So don't be surprised if I throw something quirky at you while we're doing this.
Not a problem.
Each and every question is literally, nothing is pre-prepared, okay? Usually I'll take something from what you've said and we'll on flow from that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, works perfect for me.
Nice. So it's the Jerry Springer show of radio. Literally. Okay, and we'll just bring up these devices. Da-da-da-da. Very cool. David Krantz is back again, and Michael Zdanowitz coming out of course, Orlando, Florida. Hey, yeah, Michael, how are you, buddy? He's with Galaxy Class Entertainments too, by the way, so if you ever need anything for your bands, anything, talk to Michael. He'll work with you. He really, really will. And I trust Michael. I do. Having said that, we are talking to Adam Johnson today, coming out of Saskatoon, which is, well, how long have you been in Saskatoon?
I've been in Saskatoon my whole life, so born and raised here.
Oh, I feel sorry for you.
Yeah, with the weather we're having today, it's not worth leaving the house.
Well, it's coming into winter time over there, isn't it?
Yeah, last night we got our first snowfall, so we've been really lucky this year with the weather. It hasn't snowed yet until obviously just yesterday, but it all came at once. So
believe me, I've been getting it from all sorts of parts of the world from that side. Literally, it feels like last week it was summertime, this week you got snow. I mean, that's damn quick. You know?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to us. I was outside running, I think, this time last week.
Oh dear. That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today, all the way over in Saskatoon, talking to Adam Johnson. Welcome to Galaxy, Adam.
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure, and believe me, so very, very elated, very humbled to meet you, sir. I really, really am. Loving your work, and blame it on me. Believe me, for somebody that's always getting the blame, I understand this one. I really do. But I suppose we better get down and dirty. Tell me a little bit about this track.
This one I wrote, I actually was having writer's block at the time when I wrote it, and I wrote it with like a little tip from James Taylor. He was talking about how he wrote one of his bigger hits, kind of like taking inspiration from another song. So he said you take the idea, and then you change the chord progression, change the melody, and create your own kind of song out of it, and then you can create something new without having to start from scratch. So what I actually did is I came up with the idea with Zach Bryan's "Something in the Orange," and I kind of twisted it, turned it into a country rock song. That's how I kind of got it. And then the theme of the song is I knew a lot of people who have been through some pretty crappy relationships, and they would tell me stories, and I just, in my head, I'm like, how could another person treat someone like that? So I kind of wanted to write a song about that, just trying to figure out, like, what's going through someone's head, I suppose, in that situation. So,
You know, I fully understand that, and being the recipient of usually the other person doing it, man, do I really understand that. I really do. Rachel, coming out of Washington State, is asking Adam, how do we get hold of you as a fan? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter or X? Are you a talker? But more importantly, do you respond?
yeah, you can, so Instagram's probably the best. DM me. I try to respond as quickly as possible. Obviously, like, I only have so much time in the day, and the way the filters work is like I don't always check I don't always check every single message right away, but I will get to it eventually. I try to be as quick as I can, and adam.johnsonmusic is the tag that you're looking for. So
Very, very cool. At the same time, Todd, coming out of Gisborne down here in New Zealand, is asking, do you have a merch store? How do I link in, get a t-shirt, a koozie, or a cap?
So with the online merch store, we've been kind of hesitant, just because we haven't really had it set up properly, and it's very difficult with like all the shipping costs. So it just really hasn't been feasible for us to run an online merch store, is what we've kind of found. So unfortunately, we don't have that going right now. I'm trying to get it in working order, but as of right now, I don't really have any online merch.
Well, I tell you what, when you do, let us know. We'll give you the big plugs on it, all right? See if we can generate a little bit of income for you. But at the same time, send me one of your t-shirts. I'd be very, very honoured to wear one of your brands while I'm doing this. And believe me, it works. It does. People watching these, well, they've even said to me, Grant, while you're doing the interview, I've been on the interwebby thing buying some, t-shirts, cats, koozies. One person actually bought a guitar. So, okay. Good-o. Love it. Christine Clifford is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Christine. Cece Critters in there. Bo Gregory. Hello, Bo. Nice to have you back. And Gail Hammond, one of course the two legendary Hammond brothers. Yes, nice to have you on board. Say hi to Dale for us as well, won't you, Gail? Nice to have everybody today. Adam Johnson, and believe me, very, very fascinated with his work. Blue Moon Girl, tell me about this. You only get one every blue moon.
Yeah, this one, the story I like to tell is it's kind of based on a true story. What had happened is I met a girl at a party. We hit it off right away. It was a great time. And then at the end of the night, she asked for my number, and I realized that earlier I had broken my phone and wasn't going to be able to get back to her right away. So I said, hey, here's my number. Like, I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can, but I got to get this thing fixed. And it ended up taking way longer to get fixed than I thought it would, because I was in university and a little bit irresponsible and a little bit broke. And by the time I got it fixed, I had the text from her waiting, and I felt absolutely terrible about it. So I wrote the song to make it up to her, and it was kind of my apology.
Well, I got to be honest with you. It's glad it was a blue moon, not a blood moon.
Definitely.
You're right here at Galaxy, joined today by Adam Johnson. Here's Blue Moon Girl. Ooh, it's hot in here.
It is open except the door. Let me turn this on.
Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. So we've got Kiwi air conditioning in effect. Windows
Next
are open.
minute you'll have, and then next minute you'll have the heater on. I know.
No, it
you.
won't. It's too hot. I mean, 20 degrees. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm not going to put the heater on for anything under 10. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Nothing over
We'll
10.
see what happens tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Well, it'll be under 10. There you go.
Maybe.
But
Hi,
we're coming in
Sonny.
the summertime. Sonny Morgan is joining us. Hello, Sonny. Nice to have you on board, brother man. Thank you for joining us. It's a pleasure. Today we're talking to Adam Johnson, and believe me, absolutely fascinated with his work, and I'm going to ask him some very serious questions like, where's he getting it recorded? Who's his engineer? Who's his producer? Who's mastering it? All the sticky questions. Oh, now I've let the cat out of the bag. He's been listening. So, here we go. Adam, very, very quickly, you're not a vegan by any chance, are you?
No, I'm not.
You're a meatologist like me?
Yeah, I'll eat pretty much anything.
Okay, well, here's one for you then, because I'm trying to get to the bottom of this myth, and I have for a long time, to be honest. Have you ever tried a vegan sausage?
I have not. I've not really eaten much vegan food.
Yeah, me neither. I'm just trying to figure out if they're made of real vegans or not.
That's a good question. I'm not sure the answer.
Well, I was upset when I watched this movie Beetlejuice, and it informed me that Girl Guide biscuits weren't really made of real Girl Guides, so, that really upset me. But true story, and this one really did happen. I was doing an interview with an executive of Johnson & Johnson. You know the product?
Yeah.
Yep. So I sent my receptionist down to the local supermarket, go and get me a bottle. When I'm doing the interview, I pulled it out and I went, oh, yeah, there you go. He goes, yep, that's our product. And I went, got baby oil written on it, right? And he goes, yeah. And I says, how many babies goes in a bottle?
Like,
End of, 5 years ago this happened, they still won't return my calls.
I don't know.
It's true.
That's a good one.
That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy107 FM, and today, talking to Adam Johnson, and Adam, absolutely fascinated with your work. As I said to you, I'm an engineer myself, and really, really from time to time I come across an artist that I absolutely need to know a little bit more about, because I think you're that damn good, to be very honest. I think you're really poised to get into the next layer and make your way up that ladder. So, first of all, how long have you been performing? How long have you been singing?
That's an interesting one. Obviously, I picked up guitar, learned to play guitar, and have been playing my whole life. But it's basically been a hobby until 2020 was when I kind of started taking it a little more serious. I think I had played one live performance before then. And I ended up recording my first song, which was "Come On, Let's Go," and then from there on out, that's when I actually started performing and started my career as a musician. Was coming out of the lockdowns and everything. So really, only 3 years, I would suppose, I've been doing it properly.
That absolutely astounds me, because to me it sounds like you're a seasoned professional, been doing it since you were 5 years of age. You know what I mean? And believe me, some people will say, "Hey, listen, I've been doing it since 3, 4 years of age," and it's like, 5 years of age, you're a late bloomer. That's right. But I get that feel about you that you're very, very comfortable in this craft. You know what I mean? And that's a talent.
I definitely would agree with that.
That's a talent that, not everybody has. And believe me, I talk to a huge amount of artists on a daily basis. I really, really do. And every now and again, as I say to you, come across somebody I want to know more about. So believe me, absolutely fascinated. Now, where have you been getting this done? This is not home recorded studio stuff. This is real stuff. Tell me all about your recording studio.
So I've worked with two different producers in two different studios. My first EP I did with Jesse Wyman at Nolita Studios. So I did my first songs there, the Come On Let's Go EP, and then I just released my first full album in the end of September here, which is called For the Record. That one I did with Bart McKay at his studio as well.
Very, very cool. And you know something, as an engineer, I have this thing called the engineer's curse, where I try to reverse engineer somebody else's work to understand how it's done. You know what I mean? And believe me, absolutely love the work you've done. Come on, let's go. Tell me all about this.
So that one, I actually, part of the reason I'm in country music is I started off like when I was younger, I was writing rock music and that was kind of my goal. But what had happened is I accidentally wrote a country song, and I had a couple of them that I was kind of looking at, and like obviously the timing of the pandemic that came about, and I was like just looking for something to do. So I kind of was like, well, I've nothing but time going to record some stuff. And I had a couple country songs kind of in my back pocket, and I was like, I want something fast with energy that I can open shows with and stuff. And I literally just sat down in about 5 minutes. I had written Come On, Let's Go. So it was probably the fastest song I ever written. And then, I decided everyone loved it right away when they heard it. So that was the first song I decided to put out. So I put it out in early 2021, and I've been releasing or doing music full time ever since. So.
You know, that's fascinating, Adam. It really, really is, because, as I say to you, I talk to bands and artists on a daily basis. Multitudes say to me, you know, Grant, it was written on a McDonald's napkin, and those ones, in my career as a radio announcer, have found that they have the longevity. They're the ones that everybody seems to connect with. And I don't know what it is. The 5-minute songs, wow, they work. Come on, let's go. 1,799 requests so far since we've been playing it, and still climbing. It really is. So let's enjoy it. You're right here at Galaxy. Here's Adam Johnson. Come on, let's go. How you feeling, Adam? You okay?
I'm doing great, yeah.
Nice, nice. How many countries tuned in? 167. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Cheryl Schofield is joining us today. Nice to have Cheryl on board. How many cities? 7295. 7,295.
Hi, Cheryl.
That's pretty cool.
Any
7,295 cities
tracks
around the
for
world
us?
are tuned in right now.
Wow.
We're in pretty much every English-speaking country in the world. It's some that aren't. I don't know how that works, Adam, but I'll take it. I will take it, I will. But believe me, we are everywhere. Now, when we finish this, I did say, you know, hang in there, because we'll take some pickies and Barbara will turn it into a movie. Have you ever been a cartoon before?
I don't believe I have.
You're going to be now. I'm sorry, you really are. Hey, look, it's one of the few things
I'm
that makes
looking
me
forward to it.
Well, I'll tell you, they are pretty tasteful, actually. They're pretty cool. I quite like them. Barbara started doing it just to make fun of me. And it hasn't stopped in about 10 years. Truly.
It's just part of us.
I don't know how many more times she can make fun of me out of a cartoon, but it still continues on. It really does. It's fun. The weird thing is, we're in a little town in between 3 cities, right?
Yeah.
On the east coast of the North Island of New Zealand. And Barbara and I were doing business in one of the cities about an hour away from where we are right now. And we'd finished doing that, went to the car park, and I went, oh, Barbara, I'm just going to go to the supermarket, get some supplies for dinner. And while I'm standing at the checkout, there's this little old lady staring at me while she's getting her cans of stuff done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It got to the point where I was feeling uncomfortable, you know. What is this lady looking at, you know? So I finally says, hello, can I help you? And she goes, you look nothing like your
Hey,
cartoon.
Pamela, sweetheart.
Oh, well, how random is that? I mean, strange city, strange supermarket, never laid eyes on this lady before, ever, And she goes, you look nothing like your cartoon. Oh, I'm pleased for that.
That's hilarious.
Her niece apparently follows us, so that's where it tied in there. But it was just, that took you by surprise, you know what I mean? It's like, wow, all right.
Definitely, yeah.
That's right here at Galaxy 107 FM, and today talking to Adam Johnson coming out of Saskatoon. Fortunately, he's been there all his life, so we'll let him away with that one. We will. He told me that earlier on. Pamela Rooney is watching. Nice to have you on board, Pamela, and hi everyone. Right on back at you. Now, I got to ask you, my friend, literally, as you're coming into the winter period now, I presume this is the time that you'd start to sit down, start writing new music. Is that right?
It is. I try to write as much as I can, just finding the time between shows. I just happened, like, we're at the very tail end, basically just got off of a tour here as well, so starting to get that downtime to write, but just whenever I can find the time is when I try to do it.
Yeah, fair enough too. I hope you've had a successful summer with your tours, festivals and gigs and everything like that.
Yeah, no, it was great. The tour was a blast. I think we did 2 headlining tours this year. We had a few festival spots and different stuff. We did a CFL game pre-game show as well, so we were busy. It was a ton of fun, and it's always great to like be able to play music to people and travel all around Canada doing that. So
very cool, very cool. Now I did say that I wanted to have a chat to you after we do this because there's a little something that I haven't actually mentioned yet, is that we would like to talk to you about promoting you a little bit more than what we can here at Galaxy, literally, and we have the means and ability to be able to do so. If you hang in there, we'll be able to explain that one to you very, very shortly. But just wondering, next time you're anywhere near a recordable 58 microphone, how would you like to do me some voice drops?
I can definitely do that for you. I'd love to.
Absolutely brilliant, because there's a method to the madness here. The more times people hear your name, hear who you are, they go and find out, before you know it, you've got a whole host of new fans in the making, if you know what I mean. And at the same time, if you're not already familiar with it, well, actually, here's a good question. Are you familiar with the Galaxy Artist page on Facebook?
I think I just discovered it a couple days ago here when I saw a Facebook post.
Very cool. Well, I tell you what, get on that. It's free for artists. It really, really is. And again, the more times that you are on that, and believe me, I don't care if it's a new song, a new video, you're going to the opening of a shoebox, really don't care. Just the more times that you're doing something in there, the more times people get to know who you are. It's great for building a fan base. And believe me, there is so many people from all around the world that go there and have a look, want to know who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. Brilliant. Well, you're going to have to do this, of course, in between drinking with the boys, aren't you?
Pardon?
You're going to have to do all of this in between drinking with the boys, aren't you?
Yes, I'm often busy with that.
I think that's a good segue. Tell me all about drinking with the boys. I'm kind of jealous.
So this one, I started with the title first. I was like, I haven't heard a song called Drinking with the Boys yet. I feel like it's about time. And I wanted to do something a little bit different than like it's just like, we party, we're drinking with the boys. So I wanted kind of that story. And I wanted kind of that, like a breakup song, but not a breakup song that's like, very like downer and like depressed. I wanted a song about like, hey, you know that point when you get through the breakup a little bit and you get to start living your life again and realize all the moments that you're missing. And it's really just a song about spending time with friends and kind of enjoying that aspect of life.
You know, absolutely brilliant. And joining us live today, coming out of Saskatoon, is Adam Johnson, drinking with the boys. on Galaxy. I got to admit, Adam, that's your highest rated song here at Galaxy.
Is it that one? I think it was our highest charted song in Canada as well.
Okay.
On radio.
Okay. Here at the moment, you're up around 2,799 requests. I don't know what it is with the 99s with you. Everybody seems to, 90. Believe me, it's up there. It really is. So I got to congratulate you. We get about 200 submissions of music a day. You know what I mean? So
Hey,
we
Franco.
only take the best of the best of the best because we've only got a certain amount of time in a month and a certain amount of time to be able to do these interviews. So we have to be very, very selective. You know what I mean? So Adam, we only play the best in the world, and we love your work. We really do. So we think you're right up there in that caliber, literally. As I say to you, I want to talk to you after we finish this because I'd like to be able to put you into a different realm that be able to promote you a little bit better than what we can here at Galaxy.
For sure, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, chatting, so.
Believe me, and the person we're going to put you in touch with, wonderful, wonderful man. He really, really is, and we trust him explicitly. We really do. So much so, big things are coming. At the same time, we're going to introduce you to a country that's not been listening to Western music for about 55 years.
Oh, cool. What country?
India.
Okay.
Yeah, they've been stuck on Bollywood for 55 years. Well, excuse me. We're going to make history next year.
They're the first Western radio station to get.
Bingo. Bingo.
Okay, cool. That's really cool.
We've been headhunted, literally, and we were headhunted by some very, very powerful people in the political realm. Let's put it that way.
That's really exciting.
Tell you more about it afterwards. Well, at least, Adam, you do get a chance to go out drinking with the boys. And unlike me, unfortunately, you see, I was asked the other day, where's the wife? I went, she's out with the boys. Yeah, it's usually the way. I'm too busy working at work. And somebody said to me the other day, never get to see you on Facebook or anything answering questions or talking to people. I said, never do. Not once. And why not? Simply because I am so busy that I actually have people that do that for me. So it may or may not be me talking back to you at any given time. You know what I mean? Normally it won't be, actually. Believe me, my PAs do such a great job for that. They really do. But when I do ask people, do you respond? Sometimes you might get anything up to about 5,000 or 6,000 people saying, hey, Adam, I watched your video and nice to meet you. You're not going to have any time to do anything more, Al. You'll be talking to people all day. Now, literally, just got to wonder, you've been drinking at the boys. Last call? Really? You've been there all day? Very cool.
Yeah, there's a few times where I end up making it to last call. So
very cool. I got a question for you. Now, here in New Zealand, we're one of these countries where you can have a limited amount to drink before you get behind the wheel and drive, right? I don't know whether it's the same for you. I would presume it would be, maybe one drink if you're lucky. But more importantly, Why do they put car parks around pubs?
I don't know why.
I'm sure it's a police trap. You know what I mean? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
We'll let you have your liquor license. You've got to have a couple of car parks there so that we can plant some police officers across the road and catch them as they're coming out. It's either that or it's a meeting place for Uber drivers.
That's what I usually see parked in those parking lots.
Yeah, these days you do. There used to be private cars. Now it's Uber drivers. I'm sure they've moved in. You know what I mean? Anyway, last call at the bar. Tell me all about this because, believe me, absolutely fascinated, and I play this in my car.
Oh, that's awesome. Last Call at the Bar was another one of my earlier songs off the first EP. And what I was kind of going for is I was trying to do something a little more pop country, so I actually took a fair bit of influence melodically and whatnot and structurally from Taylor Swift and a lot of her kind of pop stuff. And basically the idea for the song is like, obviously it's like a breakup and then like missing someone and then getting back together is kind of the story of it. And I wanted to kind of set it in a bar scene. And I think it's quite a bit different than a lot of my work, and I really like how it has that different kind of feel and that kind of pop country feel.
Well, I tell you what, it is making inroads here at Galaxy. It really, really is. People are starting to pick up on it and love it very, very much. So joining us live today out of Saskatoon is Adam Johnson featuring Andrea. Tell me about Andrea. Who is Andrea?
So she's a friend of mine. She's also from Saskatoon. It was when I wrote the song, we actually had recorded the entire song, and like just talking to a few people in my camp, we were kind of sitting there going like, there's something missing, like it needs a little extra. And I was like, you know what it needs? It needs a female feature on it. So what we did is we sat down. She's actually the wife of my first producer, Jesse. And what we did is we sat down, we rewrote her parts a little bit, and then I think completely changed the song. I'm so lucky to have her on the recording. So
You know, I think that's the secret ingredient. It really is. You're right, here at Galaxy. Here's Last Call at the Bar. How you feeling, Adam? You okay?
I'm feeling good.
You know what? You survived. We'll wrap it up after this, and as I say, please don't go anywhere because I do want to talk to you about putting you into another media. And believe me, I talk to not only musicians, managers, promoters, everything, but I also talk to critics. And a lot of these critics over the years have said this is a damn good deal. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'll let you know about that shortly. I really will.
For sure, yeah.
And my on-air producer's smiling, so that means something's good. Either that or I've done something wrong. Really is. But I do want to ask you, when we go back on air, if you've got anything new coming out, if you would pass it our way, maybe you might consider coming back for another interview.
Yeah, I'd definitely love to come back for an interview. Like, I mean, as far as like new stuff, I just released the album, so right now I'm kind of between cycles. So I'm just getting started on writing for my next project. But
Nice.
I definitely hope to have new stuff out sooner rather than later.
Nice. I don't suppose you've got a Chrissy song, have you?
No, I'm not a big Christmas song person, so I kind of stayed away from that.
Believe me. I've got to be honest with you. I spent hours last night working on Christmas music for our Christmas show. Oh, I'm about hollied out, to be honest with you. But we do a 4 days and nights, 24 hours a day, 4 days and nights of Christmas music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Well, actually, to be very honest with you, it's only because nobody's here. Set it, forget it, go. Have Christmas, come back, you know what I mean? It's still playing when I walk back through the door. It's like, oh my God, has somebody left that on? But we've done that for about 10 years. And people have just loved it. It's like, well, okay, we'll continue doing it.
Perfect. perfect.
That, oh, dear, oh dear, oh dear, that's a bit loud to be honest with you. Adam Johnson joining us from Saskatoon, and absolutely loving his work. Now, I was talking to Adam, he was saying he's just going through his latest album, so something a little coming up maybe in the new year. And Adam, plans for the new year? You going to be doing any Christmas festivals, anything like that?
No, we basically just got off tour more or less last weekend. I think it was about 10 days ago. We have 2 more shows coming up here the first week of December that are tied into that tour, and then I'm ready for a little bit of rest. I think we played about 50 shows in that area this year, so gonna take December off, probably do some holidaying, and then hit it hard in the new year again. So
yeah.
Hopefully writing some songs too.
Absolutely, and very happy and very elated that you're going to have a hiatus for a change. You got to prioritise every now and again. Believe me, I spent many years on the road travelling with bands around the world. You know, you've just got to stop every now and again and say, you know, get off the train. I'll be back next stop. You know what I mean? I'll meet you there. Steve Schmidt is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Steve. And also Franco Nanucci. Nice to have you with us, Franco. Really is. Now that brings us to the end of today's gas interview with Adam Johnson from Saskatoon. Now, we'd love to have you back again. When you do release more new music, will you pass it our way? Will you come back again?
Oh, I'd love to. I'll definitely make sure I send it to you guys first.
Awesome. Absolutely love that. Don't forget about the voice drops. We'd love to be able to promote you a little bit more than what we're able to at the moment. But we absolutely love your work and think that you are just poised to make it up that next ladder, on the next run of the ladder. So please don't stop doing what you're doing, will you?
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Very cool. In the meantime, folks, have a very happy and successful day. We'll be back in the morning at 5:30 in the morning with Barbara and myself on The Breakfast Show. Please join us then. We'll take you all the way through until 10 o'clock. Love. 100% Galaxy artist, best in the world. Don't miss it. See you then. Happy radio, everyone.